So I'll get into my first question about today's subject. So what strategies do you use to generate and validate your new product ideas?
Well, for me, it's all about listening. So every great product starts with listening to customers, listening to internal teams, listening to the market trends. And my approach is a variety of different things. It's a combination of voice of the customer research, competitive analysis, internal feedback loops to generate and validate ideas, while also experimenting, and testing allows me to validate ideas early before committing to resources. So to expand a little bit more, let's start with customer insights. I rely on customer interviews heavily. I need to hear it from customers. I need to hear what their pain points are. A really good resource are support tickets. Also like analytics tools like FullStory. So those are the type of things, customer insights that really help you understand the day-to-day interactions with customers and gives you that detail that you need. In addition to market and customer competitive research. So market and competitive research, like analyzing what's going on in the industry, what competitors are offering, if there's gaps that exist that your product could potentially, fill. And for me, one of the most important ones is internal collaboration. So I am a little biased to this one because I came from account management, so I know how important it is to rely on your internal teams. So sales, support, success, they're the closest to the customers. So they provide invaluable insights to generating and validating, product ideas. And experimentation is huge. So I validate through like quick prototyping, beta testing, or even in a super early MVP. So those things are going to help me before we invest heavily in development. So you certainly do want to validate everything you do before you spend all the resources in developing an actual product. So the key is ensuring data, not opinions, are driving decisions. So rely heavily on data, which is why using a mix of qualitative and quantitative research is super important.
How do you ensure a new product idea aligns with the market needs and your customer pain points?
Yes, and it does align, and everything is totally related. And I try to use 3 very important pillars in my alignment and validation. So again, customer validation, right? Before any single line of code is written, I want to test the concept with actual users. And that's where the interviewing comes into play. You can also send surveys, and those surveys are also going to give you like that quantitative feedback. So the interviews is the qualitative, the surveys is the quantitative. You can also run small scale experiments. So that's why this is the first pillar. Customer validation is really going to help you. It kind of gives you that boost to move on to the next. And then market and competitive fit. So that's where you want to get that product market fit. You want to understand if this is a viable opportunity in the market. So even if customers like an idea, even if customers express a request or a desire for something, you still have to validate it in the market. You have to make sure it's viable. So you can evaluate like the demand for it, price sensitivity, differentiation opportunities, what makes you special, what makes you competitive, what makes you different, why would they choose you? So all of those things help you with viability. And then feasibility and business impact. A great idea means nothing if it's technically not feasible or profitable. It has to be profitable, it has to be feasible. So I work closely with engineering, finance, leadership to make sure it all makes sense. So, I mean, in a nutshell, essentially, my framework is simple. Do people want it? That's the customer validation. Will people pay for it? That's the market fit. And can we build it and sustain it? That's the feasibility. So if an idea fails any of these 3 checks, it needs to be refined or discarded.